guys, it's Mia here, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry I didn't post Tuesday. I haven't missed one since I started doing the videos on my phone, but as you can see, I kind of got hit with a double whammy of a cold and seasonal allergies, so I was not feeling up to doing a video for Tuesday, and I don't think you guys wanted to see that either, because I was coughing and hacking and snot dripping everywhere, and it was not fun for any of us, so I didn't feel like doing a video Tuesday. So for today's video, I thought it would be fun to talk about the shows and movies that I like watching on the spooky month of October. Now, these are in no particular order, as these are not ranked. They are just talked about as I want to talk about them. So because I haven't been able to read or really haven't been paying that much attention to shows or movies, I figured I would talk about the ones I know I like to watch on this time of the month, or this month. So firstly, we have The Nightmare The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, I have watched this since it first came out a long time ago. Well, probably not since it first came out, but I've watched it every year for as long as I can remember. And in case you don't know, The Nightmare Before Christmas is kind of a story of Halloween taking over Christmas, because the main character, Jack the Skellington King, does not know what he wants to do with his life. He's going through like a midlife crisis, and so he gets it in his head that he's going to be Santa Claus for a day. And that's what happens. It's literally about Halloween taking over Christmas. So because of that, I kind of watch it both on this month and around Christmas time, because I kind of see it as one of those weird in-between holiday type deals. And you know, I've seen people talk about, oh, you should make another version of The Nightmare Before Christmas, but do it with different holidays. And I'm like, no, that would be so stupid. It was fine as is. Don't mess with it now. And please, Disney, do not remake it as live action. We are tired of your remakes. Get some new ideas and some new stories. Stop with ruining everything with your remakes. Then, the second movie that I like to watch is not the best movie, but it's really cute, and that is Scary Godmother. Now, me and my brother used to watch this all the time, and I think we watched it every Halloween when we were little, and because of that, I still watch it almost every Halloween or every October. And it's a story about this little girl who goes out trick-or-treating with her older cousin and his friends, and they try to scare her, but she ends up meeting her scary godmother, which is the Halloween version of a fairy godmother. So she kind of takes Hannah away and shows her that Halloween doesn't have to be scary, and it can be a magical time. And it's just a really cute story, and it's funny, and may not have the best animation, especially not now, but it's still a good one to watch. And then getting into more scary, more grown-up, more iconic shows is Halloween, the original. And although I'm getting really tired of the invincible slasher villain, there's something about Michael that has stuck with me more than any of the others. I'm not afraid of Freddy because I've had night terrors. I know how to deal with them. I know that once I'm out of the dream, he can't hurt me. I've already learned about how to wake myself out of those type of dreams, so it doesn't scare me at all. And Jason is kind of only really out to kill one person, I think, Or is that Michael? No, it was Jason that wanted his cousin dead. Cousin, sibling, whatever. But, I just don't care much for Jason. I get his story. I get it. He drowned. Yada yada. People are stupid and didn't help him. It happens every day. It doesn't give you the right to go around being a crazy, murdering psychopath. And Jason wasn't even the killer in his first movie, so I don't get why he's so iconic. And I've had quite a few nightmares with Michael in them, even though the movies don't really scare me that much. There's just something about Michael that stuck with me. And he doesn't even really scare me because he's this cheesy, undefeatable, bullet-eating, unkillable monster, and that's unrealistic. But he just finds his way into my nightmares for some reason. And then there is Coraline. Now, ironically, I was the same age as Coraline when Coraline came out. So that really hit close to home. And if you don't know by now, which I'm not sure how you wouldn't know, but Coraline is based on a book. I'm blanking on the author's name, but you can look up on YouTube. He narrated his own audiobook for the book. So that's kind of cool. I love when the authors narrate their own projects. I mean, he didn't narrate the whole thing. He had other readers come in, but still, that's cool. And Coraline is about a girl who feels neglected and pushed aside and just ignored by her parents because they're constantly working and they work from home and still don't spend time with her. They kind of push her off and they say, go and play, go and play. We don't need you in our way right now. And so having just moved to a new neighborhood with barely anybody around, she is lonely and again feels neglected. So one night she thinks she has a dream and it sends her into this other world that's exactly the same, but not the same as her world. Everything in the other world is much more colorful and fun and magical, and she has the best food and the best time. But it very quickly turns sinister when the other mother tries to get her to sew buttons into her eyes. And once again, Coraline has to fight for a way out and to save her own life. And much like with The Nightmare Before Christmas, I think that claymation really stands time because it's supposed to look kind of clunky. It's supposed to look stiff. Whereas older animation, especially 3D, when it ages, you can tell that it's just this hollow shell with like covering over it to make the character. It doesn't look right, it doesn't move right, the shadows are weird on it, but claymation, you don't have that. It's supposed to have that weird jerky movement. It's supposed to have that style. So it really ages fantastically well. And just the amount of time, like moving 1 second takes like 1,000 pictures. That's insane. So props to the people that deal with claymation. They have patience beyond superhuman. And then there's some of the shows that I like to watch are Goosebumps, even though it has not aged very well. It's still something from my childhood that I enjoyed watching. Sorry, there's like a bump out on my wall. I don't know if a nail got painted over or what, but so Goosebumps is one of the ones that I really like to watch. Especially around this time, I like to watch The Haunted Mask, the movie version, or The Haunting Hour. I can't remember which. And then on top of more realistic, I like to watch both Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International, which used to be TAPS, but they split because they were getting so many calls around the world that they had to do different teams in order to keep up with them. And there's one more I forgot to talk about, and that's Scream, the entire franchise, even though I don't really care for number 3. But Scream, I like it because it's self-aware about the horror tropes in horror movies, and it just runs with them anyway. So I really like the campiness of Scream and how they actually use their knowledge of horror movies in order to beat the villain in the movie. So that's another reason I really like Scream, is because the characters are actually smart, well, most of them, and the fact that it also goofs on the horror movie tropes at the same time. So I really have a soft spot for the Scream franchise, even number 3, which I really don't care for. Alright, that's it. Hope to see you next time. What are some of your favorite spooky shows, movies, videos? Let me know down in the comments below, and happy Halloween.